Okay, Mr. Madam Chair of the panels. Before I go to my rebuttal, I want to mention my goals. First, we want to make better life for our child. At least we want to make sure and direct and control our child without force them. So moving on my rebuttal. My first rebuttal, they say that work is not merely based on our education. It's also based on your experience, because that we must think again to support the child more choose the digital creative. But we believe that it is not true, because we as the opposition side believe that the experience not also from our hobby, the experience also, but we more person digital creative build our careers. We can find the experience, more experience everywhere if we want, try if we want, search the experience stuff. Let's say Kevin in university is undergoing language department. With that knowledge, of course, he can explore the world more than the direct person digital creative, such as Kevin can around the world, right, with his language, right. Not only that, let's say Kevin has hobby in the content creative, so after he graduate in university, he can use his language to make content in YouTube. It's like tutor of speak English, for example. So moving on my second argument, they say second rebuttal. They say that the middle class parents have mindset like traditional road. But we believe that it is not significant things, because as opposition side, we believe that every middle class of parents have different model. Not all of parents think about their children can choose their life with their own way. The traditional road here, parents will think their children will more success with their skill, such as content creator. But we ask the middle class parents must change the mindset, right? The parents, of course, they are still think their children will have better life if they study in university. So after the university, their children can make their skill beside job, right? Of course, the child will have mindset like, if I want to explore my skills, so I must come to university first, because with the study in university there are some value if I will test if I will next my future. So moving on my argument, why this motion is not justified, because as we see the world now, need the develop, right, but need the new modern road, but we believe that we must see the other side in this world. As we know, let's see in Indonesia, a lot of troubles in economic, right? A lot of trouble in economic means happen because there is handled by people or students who graduate from formal education. It's like the student who have accountancy major there. Here they are, who will have our trouble in economic too. So not only with the person digital creative, we as the middle class parents, of course, want our child get the better life. Not only all the parents like their child follow the digital creative. Some of parents choose their children next their education to university, for example. So we ask the middle class parents, of course, want support our children's skill, yes, such as maybe our skill have digital creative skill. But here we ask the middle class parents just support their hobby, like that is not to prioritize their skill. We as the middle class parents have responsibility, right? We have right to control our children, to make our children understand about how important the formal education, if we next our senior high school for university, for example. So let's see the student who's studying in university, but she's not majoring in technology, and other hand she can follow or participate in other things which she can. Let's see, she's smart in editing, so she can follow apprenticeship as a sideline, not the prioritize. The important is the child not prioritize the career of digital, but that's learn that can be as a sideline, right? So the parents have responsibility to handle their children. The parents have direct and control to the child's life, because that we cannot just free and let our children to reach and choose their life as they like. We as the parents must control our children, right? How we can control here? We as the parents as the parents can first child to do something, but we here have act to direct them better in their next life, such as we give the socialization about how they will live outside, what better they do and what the bad things that they mustn't do. After that, up the children choose their life. The important things here, we must direct them with the formal education first, and then if they want to develop their skills such as the in design, for example, or maybe like the editing, maybe like the content creator, that is up to the children, because we as the parents, we as the middle parents, we just want to give the better life. We just can to direct them and control them, but we mustn't force them to come to the university, because that is like the first. But we just want to make them to choose their way, but we keep control it. We as the parents, of course, have experience in the past, right? About education, of course, we as the parent want our child have better life. We as the parents actually cannot force them. We just direct the child, because such as we give the socialization about how they will live outside, what better they do, and how they can to next their life in outside after they follow the university, after they can to get their own skill. And because that, we as the parents will think their children will more success with their skills, such as the content creator, for example. But we as the middle class parents must change the mindset of the children itself, because the parents, of course, there's think twice for the children. School have better life if they study in university. So after the university, the children can make their skill beside job. Of course, the child will have mindset like if I want to explore my skills, so I must come to university first, because when we study in university, we can to have the value, we can have more experience in the university, not only with the other way, with the editing, like the design, like the content creator, but we have other way after graduate from senior high school, maybe like we as the parents want to next our children to the university, because we want to better life for our children, right? So like the aspirants, we have power to direct and control to child's life, because as we know, our child have maybe like creativity and some things like that, but we here as the government, we as the middle class parents want support the children's choice, like prioritize formal education than pursue digital creative skills or careers, because we think all things for our child and our next future of our child, because that I'm totally not supposed to mention. Thank you.